Hey guys, Josh Henkin here from Ultimate Sandbag Training and DVRTFitness.com. One of the most common questions we get is, Josh, how do I put a program together? Now, unfortunately, I can't give you all the answers in a short video, but we can go over some principles that are part of the dynamic variable resistance training system. For one is you always want to structure your programs based upon your goals. But let's say for today, most goals are going to be based around general fitness, fat loss, and functional muscle gain. So we're going to use commonly what we can call our power circuits, meaning we're going to structure about anywhere from 4 to 6 exercises within our circuit. We're going to do our most complex exercises first. So what is a complex exercise? Where most programs focus upon really the heavy lifts first, we focus on complexity. So complexity, for example, could be something like a rotational lunge. So if I have my power bag here, a lunge where I have to stabilize against the movement of the bag. That's more complex, for example, than let's say a Zercher squat. So while I could do both exercises in my program, I'm going to do probably the rotational lunge earlier, and as I accumulate fatigue, I drop into my Zercher or front hold squat. Now, it also has to do with body position. For example, if I go ahead and use a staggered stance versus a bilateral squat stance, so if I take my front hold position again, squatting like so, is more complex than squatting bilaterally. So I can change body position or I can change load position. So, for example, if I'm starting to do, let's say, a shoulder staggered squat, and I have a Zercher lunge. So let's go over that. Shoulder, so uneven load, uneven body position. Squat, staggered squat. Front load, let's say drop lunge. In this case, even though the lunge is a more unstable body position, because I have a combination in that staggered shoulder position and that staggered squat, I have unstable load and unstable body position. This would be first. So as you become more familiar with these principles, you can start constructing a workout. So how does it relate to upper body as well? So usually what I'll do is your most complex lower body, followed by your most complex upper body, lower body, upper body, maybe some core work or general conditioning. Now, what you're going to do is maybe a time of 30 seconds or a specific amount of reps for, let's say, your most complex lower body, then go to your most complex upper body so you can manage fatigue a little bit. Research shows that fatigue can be a little bit area specific, meaning upper or lower body. So how does it relate to upper body then? So I can do the same thing. If I go ahead and use a more complex press, for example, if I shoulder it, do a shoulder or half arc press, that's more complicated than if I took a bag and performed a standard press overhead. Now, if I go ahead and do that same arc press with my bilateral stance, but let's say I go ahead and use a lighter weight and come down to a half kneeling, this would actually probably be a priority because I have an unstable low position and unstable body position. The same thing can be done with your rows. So any type of pulling action, I can change body position. Pulling in a neutral stance versus staggered or even single leg, much harder. You can change body position. I can change grip. So I can go to an offset grip. Now I'm single arm, stagger stance, or I can go really hard, see if I can balance here, single arm, single leg. So you see you have a lot of options. I'm going to provide you some in today's blog post so you have a couple workouts to work from so that you can see the method behind the madness and see that if you follow a system of progressions and results, you can actually achieve more in a short amount of time and get better results. And that's what we're all about at DVRT. So check us out at DVRT Fitness for some more great information and exercises.